Welcome back and hello if you're new. So this week I'm going to be looking at a band who have risen and risen and risen in terms of popularity, and with this new album to be released could potentially be one of their biggest to date. I'm talking of course about Bullet for My Valentine and their brand new album Gravity. So first and foremost, I just want to say, if you are kind of looking for some of the old Bullet for My Valentine sound and you want to go back to the classic Poison era, then you might as well stop watching here. I'm listening to this album with an open mind and trying to be as understanding of the band's new direction as possible. This is what Bullet for My Valentine sound like in 2018. The band are a different beast. From the original lineup, there's Matt Tupp and Padge, who are both on guitar duties and vocals, the bassist Jamie Mathias, and brand new drummer Jason Bold. You know, the reason I'm mentioning this is because there is going to be a new dynamic in the songwriting. Overall, the sound has been stripped back to somewhat the bare bones. There are no solos on the record, there's no ultra heaviness to it. It's a different kind of sound that is still in a way very much Bullet for My Valentine, but I feel that it's been updated into 2018. There's so much more emphasis on vocals that all of the songs are somewhat written with them in mind. A perfect example is the chorus in their first single, Don't Need You. You can hear this kind of power that the band have been putting in, the element of focus that has been pinpointed onto the vocals. And there are some absolutely huge choruses on this album, I've got to say. For example, Not Dead Yet has got this kind of whoa, whoa, almost similar to While She Sleeps, you could argue. And Letting You Go, you can hear here, is absolutely massive. Not to mention Over It as well, which both songs, when they performed at Download, were absolutely fantastic. Similarly, on Piece of Me, there's more of this whoa-ing. And Gravity as well, which I think is a real kind of statement of what this album is about, the title track. And The Very Last Time has these sort of almost like Linkin Park tendencies, which, you know, this is where Bullet for My Valentine are trying to get up into that new upper echelon. It's a totally different style from Bullet for My Valentine, that is evident from the word go. The second the album starts, there are electronics in Leap of Faith. There's an almost kind of new metal sound on Piece of Me, which I think is somewhat to do with the drums. There's also the acoustic ballad of Breathe Underwater, which is the final track. There's even some orchestral sections on Don't Need You. And similarly, the lead sections are different. For example, in Over It, there are some brilliant examples of the use of delay on the guitar, which kind of ramps up the tension. And there's also some really big riffs which are on this album, I have to say. You know, you can hear them from in Over It. At first I really wasn't that keen on them, but the riffs really kind of get under your skin. And I think that's the thing about this songwriting, is it may not necessarily be old Bullet, but it's very clever. I do think though, in terms of the dynamics, one of the standout moments is on Don't Need You, with Jason Bold's absolutely fantastic drums. There are so many different sections, like a little crash. And then the drums will build up, for example, in the chorus, which you can see here. Adding more patterns and changing things up, it creates a totally different vibe for the song. And the guitar melody on Coma as well is very reminiscent of the classic Bullet for My Valentine blueprint. Gravity isn't incredibly original, and the change could be pretty jarring for the old-time fans. And personally, I think it will definitely attract a younger audience, but the older fans may be slightly reticent towards it. In terms of the artwork, you can tell that it was created with the idea of a symbol in mind, you know, and you could even argue that it's got the idea of a rebirth for the band, which is essentially what Gravity is. You know, this is going to be a new band. This is what Bullet for My Valentine sound like in 2018. Saying this isn't Bullet just doesn't work. You know, if you want the Poison, go back into your time machine and listen to the Poison all over again. Bullet have now become a fantastic gateway band for the younger generation who want to get into metal. And, you know, we've all started somewhere. Before I liked Pig Destroyer and Napalm Death, I was enjoying, you know, the more kind of mainstream stuff, because that's what you find. This isn't Bullet reinventing the wheel, but you could say that it's Bullet reinventing their wheel. And if you enjoy it, fantastic. If not, you've always got the old records to go home to. So for that reason, I'm going to give the record a solid 3.5 skulls out of 5. Bullet for My Valentine's brand new album Gravity is set for a June 29th release, and you can pick up a copy right underneath me. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that like and subscribe button. Make sure to check out my Apocalyptic Anniversary series over on Metal Sucks. I've also got tons of interviews, album reviews, vlogs, all sorts of kind of cool stuff. Make sure you hit that notification bell as well so you can see when I upload. And I'll see you guys next week for another review. Alright, thanks for watching.